I told you all of the third base drama is stemming from who's going to be playing second base? I'm here to break down that as well as other information surrounding the Red Sox and all of their defensive questions going into 2025 on this episode of Red Sox Digest. But first, before we get to the news and information, do remember, if you guys are a part of the 86.5% currently watching this video, not currently subscribed, scroll down, click the subscribe button. We do appreciate all the love and support, so thank you guys so very much. But now let's get to it and break down the new ideas for the defensive drama. Now, I didn't know how else to label this in the sense of defensive drama, because that's exactly what this feels like. Obviously, our star player in Rafael Devers, who has been our third baseman for his entire tenure in Boston and his entire career on the show, or in the show, I should say, has been at third base. Now, that's not a surprise, but also to see him move from third base would not also be a surprise because of the liability that he is defensively. The range is not good. The errors are way up, and again, we do have other options that could play third base, including the newest addition to this Red Sox organization in Alex Bregman, someone who has won a Gold Glove at third base, someone who has a long career playing good defense at third as well as second. But again, this question of whether or not Bregman will play third is going to maintain and through the rest of this spring training camp. And the reason being is because of a great point that good old Lou points out on his Twitter. Now, if you guys don't know Lou, you guys need to go follow him because he's one of the best analysts, insiders, if you will, covering the Red Sox organization. He has great points. He has great perspective when it comes to the game of baseball, including the Boston Red Sox specifically. And again, on hashtag Walk the Dog, where he's walking around discussing this Rafael Devers drama and entire situation involving third base and Alex Bregman and Christian Campbell at second. He brings up a lot of good points. The first one that I'm going to cite is the fact that if the 2025-2026 MLB season officially starts Game 1 and Rafael Devers is our third baseman, please do not assume that is because he threw a fit and he threw his hands up and said, "This is BS. I'm the third baseman. I want to play third, and that's the way it's going to go." And Alex Cora just kind of said, "You know what? You're right. That's going to happen because we don't want a disgruntled star." That is not what's going to happen. If Rafael Devers is the starting third baseman when the season officially starts, it's because of the second base problems. And what do I mean by that? Well, we have a lot of options to play second base now. With Alex Bregman, obviously has the abilities to play second, despite a lot of the crowd and fan base and organization probably hoping that he ends up at third because of his defensive capabilities. But also, Christian Campbell, young player, something that we've broken down in previous Red Sox Digest videos, saying that tweets and videos from Rod Bradford of obviously videos of him working out with Alex Cora at second base, as well as giving us the idea that the Red Sox love him. Obviously, the whole idea that we think he's going to be a star, this and that, as well as he's been working out exclusively at second base. Now, we know Campbell can also play left field. It's something that he has done. And again, Lou goes on to point that out. Can Campbell play second? Absolutely. But he's only 2 years removed from his senior year in high school. And again, on the pro level, at the pro level of baseball, outside of high school, he has 49 games played at second base. And obviously, second base is a key defensive position. Do they want to put a young prospect out there with very, very small amounts of experience at that base, especially at this high of speed and this high of level in the bigs? First day of the year of the season at second base. Again, that could be a problem if you do have players like David Hamilton, as well as Alex Bregman and possibly even Vaughn Grisham to possibly take the opportunities at second, because again, we did have good depth going into this offseason at second base. Obviously, the entire idea was that if we didn't go out and acquire someone like Alex Bregman or others during the offseason, which we didn't, again, we'd have David Hamilton, and Vaughn Grisham really fighting it out for that second base position, fighting for the position. Obviously, that doesn't have to be the factor now because we do have a prospect in Campbell that looks very promising, as well as Alex Bregman with the ability to go over and play second. So, again, citing Lou here and his ideas and his perspective. If Devers is starting at third base, it is because Campbell is not ready to play second base when the season officially starts. requiring Alex Bregman to then play second base. Now, what do you do with Vaughn Grisham and David Hamilton? Well, those guys would probably end up being more of a platoon type of option. And when Devers can move back or move to DH and we can move Bregman back to third base, that is when we could possibly see David Hamilton, Vaughn Grisham, or possibly even the young prospect in Christian Campbell if he's not placed in left field due to the lack of throwing abilities that Masataka Yoshida actually has from the ball field because of the shoulder injuries he has been dealing with. Now, Grisham is a piece that we acquired from the Atlanta Braves in the Chris Sale heist that we gave up. He only played in 31 games last year. He played in 23 the year prior to that with Atlanta, and then 41 in his rookie year with Atlanta. Again, not a lot of reps at all, and any of the 3 seasons he has been capable of playing in. But again, he was injured for the majority, if not all, of last season. So to be able to see him come back, be healthy, and really have a competitive offseason in hopes to be the starting second baseman for the Red Sox is probably the best thing for young Grisham, as again, he's only 23, going on 24 years of age. He has a lot of talent out in front of him. Again, could we see him really piece it together and earn the second base position and really put the Red Sox in a position where they have to move Devers to DH and allow Bregman to play third just to allow Grisham on second? That is totally a chance of happening. That is totally a real scenario. But again, it is something that Vaughn Grisham has to go out and grab by the neck and really go out there and attack and really prove how good he is at second base. Prove that it'd be worth it to the Red Sox to play him over a young prospect that they have so much faith in someone like Christian Campbell. Something that we've heard so many times over the last few weeks at spring training and really spring camp. And again, we got another example of it from Jeff Passan last night on the Baseball Tonight pod. Shout out to Boston Sports Gordo on Twitter for posting this, saying at Jeff Passan on Christian Campbell. And again, a quote from the one and only Jeff Passan, saying, and I quote, "I was in the Red Sox camp this week for 3 days, and let me tell you, they love them some Christian Campbell. They think he's going to be a star." And again, that is the end of the quote from, again, Jeff Passan, as we all know, one of the top, if not the top insider analyst in the game of baseball, surrounding the game of baseball. I love this. The fact that we are fully buying into a young prospect who has so many defensive capabilities as well as offensive capabilities, I couldn't love this more. Obviously, we have so much other talent, including Marcelo Mayer and Roman Anthony and this and that. Their time is coming. Do not worry. Do not push the envelope more than it needs to be. If you go on and you look at these guys in the spring camp, they are taking swings in BP. They're working out in the field. They look great. They look promising. But again, they're 18, 19, 20 years old. Allow them a little bit of time. Campbell, I know, same age range. But again, if he can come in and immediately help us at second base, particularly defensively, while also producing just a little bit of an offensive production, give this young man the keys. And I'm so excited to see how this all plays out. I really hope that best case scenario, in my opinion, the best case scenario for the Boston Red Sox in spring training for the rest of the spring camp going into the MLB season, which again, we are just over a month away from actually starting. Campbell, over this time, proves his value, proves his overall worth at second base, proves that he has the capabilities to go out and not only play good offense and produce a good bat at the plate, but also at second, don't be a liability, but be someone significant defensively. Have the ability to turn the double play. Have the ability to be conscious of everything going on at all times, and do not look like the young prospect. Look like a mature, veteran-esque type of player with the uncanny ability to play defense with players like Trevor Story, with other players like Alex Bregman and Tristan Casas. Allow things to be fluid and not be stagnant. And he will be our starting second baseman when the season comes. And if that happens, and Alex Bregman is then forced to third base because they do not have another spot to put him, because second base is the other option, Story's at short, Bregman moves to third, Devers is forced to DH. And again, that I believe would be the best possible option for the Red Sox. And then obviously Rafaela, Abreu, Duran, as well as others can go in and out of the outfield, as we do have a surplus of talent out there. Again, I think that's the best case scenario for the Red Sox. We just need the young prospect to prove his abilities and his worth defensively at second base to really get this train going. And based off the way Jeff Passan, Rob Bradford, and others close to the Red Sox organization involved in spring camp are speaking about it, seems like we are getting closer and closer to that actually happening. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys on the next episode of Red Sox Digest.